My dear hearts, how are you? I hope that you had a amazing November the 11th experience. I hope that you came out on the other side. Woo! What an experience. I am Queen Love Goddaughter, and I have prepared another video for you. First, I want to start off by making sure you have your water. I have mine right. Oh, it's gonna knock over my phone. I have my water right here. It's almost gone. So, I hope you were drinking a lot of water during that time. I did not. I wish I had. But I will catch up. I first want to start off with one of our little angels, and it's I gotta go get my glasses. Be right back. So, sorry about that. So, and the few last videos that I've done, I don't know if I've spoke loud enough, so I'm gonna raise my voice, okay? So let's go. It says, guide me on a path that's safe, and let my journey be a walk in grace. God's grace. It's one of the most beautiful things we need to get through life. So I do want to talk a little bit about the 11/11 experience for you. My experience was very emotional, but from what I understand, everybody was going through an emotional awakening as well. So in this video, it's about new life and new birth. The objective of this video is to describe what happens during the 11/11 experience. There's a birthing that's going on, there's a new start, there's a higher calling, and what we call a reset. So this video is going to be a little bit longer than my normal videos. I know I try to stick to 3 minutes, but because it was the 11/11 experience, November the 11th, 2018, which is also, if you add 2018, it comes up to 11. It was something new for me. I always knew about the 11/11 experience, but I didn't understand it totally, but I do. So let me tell you the 6 stages of this awakening or the reset. There's 6 stages that I went through that I understand. And the first stage is the conception. So I believe that was November the 1st when the conception or the implantation or the infestation of the you coming out. Okay? And in that you have different ideas and perceptions, all of stuff going on, emotions going on. You're not quite sure what's going on. All you know that you feel different. Something happened. Okay, that's the conception. And then we have, that's stage 1. Stage 2 would be the pain of the implantation. So you're starting to feel a little uncomfortable. You feel something going on, some movement going on. What is this? But you hold on, you just hold on to it for a little longer. And then there's stage 3, stage 2, the pain of it is very uncomfortable. Stage 3 is when the tears come. When you accept it, you understand, the tears come, the water, whew. You try to stay hydrated during that time. You try to stay hydrated, you try to stay calm, you try to do some meditation, some going within, some breathing, some listening to your inner voice, some quieting, some quiet time, so that the soul can begin to accept and begin to grow. After that is stage 4. Stage 4 is the intense pain of it, the intensity of it. And that's when you go through the death and the birth. Death of your old self, the ego, and then the birthing of the new part of who you are, higher consciousness. There's a soul awakening that's happening. We call it the new birth of the self. You feel no more pain during that time. You have epiphanies, all these different epiphanies that come up. That's because you're going within, though. You have to go within. There is acceptance of this reality. There is love, self-love, self-acceptance, self-appreciation. All of those things go on. There's a new way of seeing things. There's a beauty in all of it. You learn something about yourself. You accept things about yourself. And then there's stage 5, which is, I'm so sorry, we're on stage 6. Stage 5 was the birth and the renewing. Stage 6 is the healing process. So you've accepted it, you accepted this new truth, you fall in love with yourself again, and then you go through the healing processes. That can take some time, depending on a person, depending on their maturity, their spiritual maturity. All of that depends on your healing. It's best to accept it and embrace it and don't push it. Okay, that comes with maturity. Okay, self-acceptance, you accept all parts of who you are, your soul. You accept the beauty, the beautiful preciousness of your soul, and the innocence of your loving soul, and you try to marinate in that a little bit, and you do some self-work. Those are some of the things, those are 6 of the things that I've learned during that time. One of the things that I do see in soul growth is that there's a developing soul within each of us. And now we have a new outlook on things. We accept and we behold the beauty of truth. And which at first glance is like, oh gosh, no. You know, the ego's like, what in the world is this? It's disgusting. It's very painful. I don't want to go through this. But once you wipe away all of that, those perceptions of what truth is, and you just identify with it. Well, you don't identify with it. You just accept it. Okay, you don't identify with the pain or the pushing away. You just accept the truth. And once you wipe away all of our perception of perfection, wipe away the perception of perfection, then we can really see the true beauty of our souls and other souls. Then we begin to attract that to us. So once we clear away all of that, now we're in a different place, we're in a higher consciousness. Now we should be able to attract like beings to us in that manner. The realness, the true beauty. I hope this was a message, a powerful message for you, as it was for me during my awakening. And I hope I was able to shed light so you don't feel like, oh my gosh, what's going on? You know, I don't want you to go through the dark night of the soul alone. That's what they call it. But it's really a birthing. It's a new beginning. So, welcome to the other side of November the 11th, 2018, which is 11/11/11/11/11/11. New beginnings. Namaste. Pure precious soul. God bless you. Oh, and I wanted to show you your new crown. I found this after a long time being away from me. Came back with me. It's a keychain I got, but it's a crown. I found this on 11/11. So I feel very, very special. I got my crown back.